you know this is a public building?
Exactly, that's why I'm recording it.
It's also a court facility.
Yep.
Which there is a judicial law or judicial order that says that you cannot tape this building.
Can I see that order?
Yes, come on in. We're going to check your IDs too.
Oh, no, I'm not going in.
Oh, yeah, no. We're going to run you too.
No, that's all
We're going
right.
to get your name. We're going to do a report and everything. So come on in.
No.
No, yeah, you're going to come in now.
Am I being detained?
Yes.
For what?
Because right now you are doing something suspicious.
That's not a reason to detain anybody.
Well, it is for dinner. Come on.
It's really not.
Let's go
so
inside
I'm just going
now.
to stay here and continue recording.
Okay. You're going to come in and we're going to find out who you are and what you're doing here.
No, you're not.
Okay. All right, who's got cuffs? She does not want to go agreeably. Okay.
I'm being detained for just taking pictures of the building.
Yes, ma'am. You're doing something suspicious, and we need to know who you are and why you're doing it. Okay?
Are you familiar with the First Amendment?
Yes. I am.
Really?
Let's go in. Come on.
Wow.
I tried to do this nicely. You are aware of Homeland.
This is Media Unit Number 1 of the video recorded deposition of Lieutenant Donald Milazzo, taken by counsel for plaintiff in the matter of Amanda Jane Bergquist versus Lieutenant Donald Milazzo, Jennifer Larson, James Barbero.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Lieutenant Donald.
Yep, Milazzo, Jennifer Larson, James Barbero et al., filed in the United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois, bearing case number 18CV03619. This deposition is being held at 10220 South 76th Avenue, Ridgeview, Illinois. My name is Craig Sinnott from the firm Veritext, and I'm the videographer. The court reporter is Suzanne Burke from the firm Veritext. I am not authorized to administer an oath. I am not related to any party in this action, nor am I financially interested in the outcome. Counsel and all present in the room and everyone attending remotely will now state their appearances and affiliations for the record.
Solomon Radner on behalf of the plaintiff, Miss Amanda Bergquist, who is present and seated to my right.
Assistant State's Attorney Michael Gorman on behalf of the defendants.
Will the court reporter please swear in the witness?
Do you want to raise your right hand to be sworn, please? Solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Do you recognize the young lady seated to my right?
Yes.
And who is she?
Amanda Bergquist.
And when did you come to know her?
March of last year.
And how did you come to know her?
We observed her outside. We stopped her and detained her
Why'd you detain her?
for suspicious activity.
What crime did you suspect her of committing?
We suspected her of violating the judicial order, videotaping in and around the building.
And did you say and around the building?
Yes.
Does the judicial order actually say the words and around, or is that your own words?
That was what we were told at the time.
Who told you that?
I don't recall.
Well, it's very important to know, so I need you to really dig deep and try to remember who told you that the policy is to detain people taking pictures outside of the building, please.
I'm going to object. It was just asked, and it was just answered. He said he doesn't remember.
What could you do to help us to help yourself remember?
Objection vague.
I'd like an answer.
I don't know.
Are there any emails you could look through?
Not that I can recall.
Text messages?
No.
Facebook messages?
It was just the standard policy dating back to after 9/11.
So you received some sort of training, or was it a phone call? How is it that you first learned after 9/11 that you're supposed to detain people taking pictures outside of the building?
That was the policy that we were told back then,
Back when?
after 9/11,
Okay, so you were told this in 2001,
approximately.
and you haven't been told that since?
Not that I can recall.
How many other people that you can think of have been detained for taking pictures outside of the courthouse since 2001?
I couldn't answer that.
Any that you can think of?
There have been other reports done, yes.
Okay. When's the most recent one that you can think of?
I Don't know.
All right. And your testimony is that you were told there was a written policy. How is it that this policy was conveyed to you that you're supposed to detain people outside of the building taking pictures?
It was just a standing policy we had.
Did you hear my question?
Can you repeat it?
Sure. How is it that you became aware of the policy? Did somebody tell you? Did somebody post it? Was it an email?
Farthest back I remember, it would have been the Chief Deputy, Robert Beavers.
Okay. And when would that have been?
After 2001.
Where's Robert Beavers now?
He's dead.
When did he die?
I don't recall.
Did he only tell you, or did he tell other people also?
No, it was in, I don't know if it went out at a meeting or something like that. I don't really recall.
But you definitely recall that however it is he told you, he included that you're supposed to detain people taking pictures outside of the building. Right?
If they were, yes.
All right. Was there anything in writing about this?
I don't recall.
How soon after the arrest did you look up the order to see what it actually said?
I don't recall.
Okay. Was it very soon after? Was it only after you got served with a lawsuit? Can you help me out at all? Because it's almost a year later.
Again, I can't recall when I looked at it.
Do you remember if it was hot or cold outside?
I don't.
Do you remember where you looked it up?
I don't recall.
And he sent it to you by way of email, text message. How did he send it to you?
I don't recall.
Is it documented somewhere
Is what documented?
that he sent this to you? Is there a note somewhere indicating that he sent it to you? Is there a text message, a phone call, an email, anything that would point to him actually sending you this judicial order? And again, we're talking after Ms. Berquist was arrested.
I can't answer that for sure.
Okay. You've had a chance to review the order since the arrest?
I read it back then, yes.
Okay. And does it say in and around the building?
It does not.
Right. It says in the building, right?
Yes,
Right. Because in the building is where the order pertains to, right?
correct.
Outside of the building is public, and anybody could take pictures there all day and all night, right?
Correct.
In fact, Ms. Berquist could go outside right now and do exactly what she was doing back on the day that you arrested her, and if you saw her doing it, what would you do today?
I'm going to object. It calls for speculation. You can answer it if you understood the question.
We probably would not have detained her.
Would not have detained her. So if you would have actually known the law, you would not have detained her, right?
Well, right now we would know what she was doing out there. But at the time, we didn't know if she was videotaping people coming out, videotaping witnesses, videotaping people that were involved in domestic violence, videotaping inside the door where the posts were. We didn't know that.
Any of those examples you just gave, if that's what you thought she was doing, would you arrest her then?
Then,
Now. Would you arrest her now?
now I know who she is and I know what she's doing.
Forget her. Let's say somebody else is outside. We get done with the deposition, you walk outside or you look outside your window and you see somebody filming the building. Are you going to go over and detain that person or not?
I'm going to object again. Calls for speculation.
I'd like an answer.
Unless I instruct you not to answer, you can still answer it. I just
okay.
have to object.
So again, the question, just so that we have a question answer and the objection is noted. If you look outside your window right now, today, January 15th, 2019, and you see somebody standing there taking pictures of the building, taking video of the building, what would you do?
We're still going to approach them to find out what they're doing.
And what if they don't want to tell you? What would you do then?
Well, then again, we would handle it in case-by-case incident.
Okay. Is there any situation in which the person just says, I'm not talking to you, and you would detain them now that you know the actual order?
I'm going to object again. It's calling for speculation. You can answer it if you understood.
I can't say.
I'd like to. Yeah. All right, thank you. I'm going to hand you what's been marked as Exhibit 1. Please, I'm going to hand you my highlighter. I'm going to ask you please to highlight the portion there where it tells you that you're allowed to detain people for taking pictures outside of the building. Okay, excellent. So I see that there's something on the first page that you highlighted, two things on the second page that you highlighted, and well, the third page is mainly blank, so nothing highlighted there. All right, now the first thing that you highlighted is, and I'm going to read exactly what you highlighted. Examples of suspicious activity may include but are not limited to. Did I read that correctly?
Correct.
Okay. Where does it say there that you get to detain people? And I'm going to hand it back to you so you can show me. And this time highlight, please, where it says you get to detain people.
Okay. It does not say it in that paragraph.
What I'm asking you is, what did Ms. Berquist do, or what information did you receive regarding suspicious activity?
The fact that she was videotaping the building and possibly inside the doors, is suspicious.
Okay. Is it against the law to do that?
Not necessarily.
Is it ever against the law to do that?
No.
Thank you. Was Ms. Berquist detained for taking pictures?
Yes. And for not identifying herself.
Right. Is there a law that requires people to identify themselves when requested by law enforcement?
I don't know.
Okay. Did you delete her pictures?
No.
Who did?
Don't know.
You don't know who deleted her pictures?
No.
By the time you got in front of Judge Peter Felice, they were deleted, weren't they?
As far as I know, they were still on there.
You grabbed her camera
Yes.
away from her outside, did you not?
Yes.
From that point until you were in front of Judge Peter Felice, did she ever hold her camera again?
No.
Okay, so you had it the entire time.
Yes.
Didn't Judge Peter Felice talk to you about whether the pictures had been deleted?
He asked for the memory thing so he could delete them.
Did you hear what I asked you?
Yes.
What did he tell you about deleting the pictures?
I don't recall.
Okay, you just said that he asked you for the memory card because he wanted to delete the pictures. Is that your testimony?
Yes.
Okay, and if he were to testify at some point in time that he absolutely, categorically did not delete those pictures, then would you want to change your answer as to whether you or one of your people did?
I'm going to object. Calls for speculation.
No one had custody of the camera but me.
Okay. So you had it, you gave it to Judge Peter Felice.
Yes.
Judge Peter Felice ultimately gave it back to Ms. Berquist.
Yes.
Okay. So if it was deleted from the time she was outside until the time she got it back by Judge Peter Felice, it was either deleted by you or by the judge, right?
Yes.
Would it have been lawful for you to delete her pictures?
I don't know.
What do you think? Are you allowed to go over to people's pictures and delete them
No.
without a court order?
No.
All right. That would be a violation of which amendment? Do you know?
No.
Which amendment is it that prevents you from seizing people's property without a lawful basis?
Fourth Amendment.
Exactly.
Well, there you have it, guys. I don't know about you, but wow, Pink Camera Magic definitely knows her stuff. I mean, not only does she exercise her rights, but she goes out and actually follows through and holds accountability. In my humble opinion, she's fucking awesome. So definitely go check her out on YouTube, check out the full deposition, and let her know Anthony X sent you. Moving forward, after seeing with your own two eyes, do you think the lieutenant was in the right for arresting Pink Camera Magic simply for taking pictures? And what about this deposition? I mean, do you think he really can't recall almost everything that happened? Do you think he really is unaware of how he got his information or training? Do you think he's really not aware of the Constitution or the law? Or do you think he's lying? Either way, whether he's lying or just doesn't know the law, and most importantly, our Constitution, do you think this is the kind of man that we want to have as lieutenant representing the people? I don't know about you, but I believe it's definitely time for him to turn in his badge. Thanks for watching. Definitely go check out my merch store. Definitely go check out Pink Camera Magic. We'll see you on the next one. Out of here, guys. Peace.